Hey everyone, welcome back to Veteran Anonymous. This is episode 2 of The Anonymous Veteran, where I, Dakota, unpack a story that was sent to me anonymously from the community, from fellow vets. It could be a success story, a struggling story. They could have already made it through, or they're looking for insight on how to get through it. So I got a story. A good friend of mine, he sent it in anonymously for me to share to you guys. I'm excited to share it. It makes me sad reading it, unpacking it, diving deeper into it. So I'll probably cry again on episode 2, but all right, let's get into it, I guess. He was a Marine. He did 10 years. He was a staff sergeant when he got out. He's a married man. He's got 2 kids. And I say all this to say there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things that you have to strive for and try to be better for. And for him, like I'll get into, it's kids and family and life, like what he has going on in it. So don't mind my notes. I can't remember it all. So yeah, as soon as this Marine, he checked into the fleet, his, it's already sad. His brother died from an overdose about 3 months after he checked in. And around that same time, he's newly married. And to compound, his wife's mother passed away as well. So there's a lot going on there for both of them. But specifically in this story, I'm talking about the veteran. Newly married, mother-in-law dies. His brother dies from an overdose. And then even more to add on, his dad passes away about 3 months after that. So tons of grief, tons of sorrow, tons of emotion that most 18, 19-year-old kids when he checked into the fleet don't know how to handle. I don't know how to handle that now as a 31-year-old man. Like I'd still be in shambles, So there's a lot going on there. The new marriage, in my opinion, I've been married twice, but with new marriages, you're not equipped. Most of the time, I should say, you're not equipped to be emotionally stable immediately. Like everyone's learning how to be that. Everyone's learning that. As we grow older, like as we grow up, we're still learning all of those tools, Getting into his story, he shut down mentally and emotionally, and his wife was verbally and emotionally abusive. And again, that's no fault to anyone. Like they just don't know how to manage emotions or stress or anything yet. Like we're all learning that. This whole journey of life, we're learning that. So there's a lot there. So with his emotional abuse and everything he was going through with the losses of his family members, he resorts to drinking like most of us have or do currently. And on top of that, he was abusing some pills. So this is a bad concoction. Never a good sign when you're doing that. It's never a good thing when you're doing that. But he was, and once he started drinking, he got around that bad crowd. It started affecting his marriage and his family. All of his free time was going to the drinking. His next thought was like, hey, when's the next time he would get off of work? When's the next time I can get drunk? When's the next time I can, pop a couple pills and feel something? And again, that's just not, it's not good. Obviously, it's not good, but it's not like a productive way to live, and he realized that. And in the story, it turns all around. It's amazing. But before it gets good, there's obviously the bad. And this is where it gets really messed up for me and sad for me. But he had 2 attempts of ending it. And his first one, he was at another one of my friend's house, which is crazy. But he was at someone's house after a long night of drinking. He tried to overdose on a whole bunch of pills. For whatever reason, thankfully, he woke up the next day. And he doesn't know how or why based on the amount and of what he took, but he did. And thankfully, he's still here to share this story to hopefully reach somebody that is struggling and they can use the insight that he's about to provide. And that wasn't his first attempt. His attempt number 2, and thankfully his last one, was not successful. He drove out to the range where we were stationed at, the rifle range, and sat there for some hours, for some time, sitting in his feelings, sulking in that, and couldn't get to pull the trigger, thankfully, again. And it's just nuts to me that this guy was, I worked with him every day, and I never knew he was hurting this bad. So this sucks. Now looking back, I wish I would have been able to help before he even attempted anything. Thankfully, nothing happened, and he's still here. But so he's still dealing with surgeries and injuries that were induced while he was in the Marine Corps, and he's on the pills, or when he was on the pills, and it got bad. Again, he was drinking and mixing with the pills, and like I said earlier, he has 2 little girls and a wife that love him dearly, and all he cared about was that fix, trying to get that emotional thing taken care of. So then he resorted to talking to other women and got caught up in that. In his words, he said, I just suck at trying to get away with that. I'm glad he didn't, kind of thing, But yeah, that's what he resorted to fill that void, if you will, And obviously it didn't work. And his wife said, hey, here's your ultimatum. It's me and the kids, or this life that you're trying to live. And from that day, immediately, he quit drinking cold turkey. He hasn't touched a pill since. And he's very successful out of the Marine Corps. And he's really excited to, let me unpack this for you guys. So, he did say, before I get into like the 3 things he's saying that helped him, he did say he tried smoking marijuana after he got out, and it just wasn't the same as it was when we were 18. Probably different strains. It gets wild now. But yeah, he said it doesn't help him like he was hoping it would, but some people might be able to use that as a tool if they're allowed to, due to their job. So the 3 things that he said helped him, obviously his wife, setting that ultimatum. She's a badass. She keeps him in line, the kids, and then God. So, second page. So he really wants me to reiterate that there's nothing wrong with seeking help as a man or as a woman, but there's nothing wrong with seeking help ever. Like, regardless of what you think is like full of shame or embarrassment or whatever, like we don't care. We genuinely don't care. We just want to help you get through what you're needing to get through. And that's it. Like we don't care about the topic. There's no embarrassment there. So he wants you to know that there's nothing wrong with getting help professionally, or just calling your friends. If they're your friend, they won't give a shit about what the topic is. There's like, yeah, I'll help you. I'll help you talk it out, get through it. There's nothing wrong with that. He found, church and God, and he likes that community that community brings to the table. There's probably the men's groups that he goes to and talks to the guys about his situations, and hearing other people's situations help him dissect his as well. So yeah, there's that. He's currently dealing with like more injuries sustained while he was in the Marine Corps. He's going through some surgeries, and obviously they're prescribing him those meds, and he's prideful on the fact that he's not taking them. Like he's doing it the right way. It might hurt a little bit more, he said, but it's like, I'm not falling back into that slippery slope of I can take a pill here and there for this pain that I'm trying to manage. He's just not doing it. So he did make that decision years ago now, before he got out. It's like, I'm done. Like, this is not happening. So I'm proud of him for that. He didn't say this part, and it's me, outside looking in. He's a unit. Like, the dude goes to the gym all the time. Like, he's jacked. And to me, I would have never thought he was filling an addiction, or like filling the void of an addiction with the gym. And whether or not he's doing that, I don't know. I might be projecting that onto him. But from the looks of it, outside looking in, now that I know more of his story, I think he's filling that void of, the drugs and the alcohol and that addiction with the addiction of the gym, which is a healthier addiction, but still an addiction, but a good one. And, I just wanted to say that because, like, for me, I'm working out every day for the entire year, and that's helping me mentally. Like, it's helping fill in some voids in my life. I'm sober. I don't drink. I don't do anything. And it helps me. Like, just moving my body every day helps. So, like, in his life, I would assume him working out is a big proponent of staying sober and not touching pills, like filling that void of the alcohol and the drugs. So, and these are some notes that I have from my perspective on him, and it sucks. So we lost friends. Him and I lost friends while we were into suicide. I'm not saying we were at the funeral together, standing next to each other, but like we stood next to each other in meetings and FOD walk and wing and engine polls and all the shit that we had to go through and deal with. We stood next to each other, thinking, and probably talked about, man, I can't believe that dude did that, you know? Me not knowing that maybe a couple weeks before he was at the range, like contemplating doing it to himself, you know? And I don't know if it's me getting older or what, but the fact that like now that I'm trying to consciously care about people more, like the person, not like, hey man, how you doing? Like actually wanting to hear how the dude is doing. But it really messes me up thinking like this Marine could have been the next statistic, another reason that I'm working out for 22 minutes a day, could have been the next reason that I update my damn profile picture and say Till Valhalla. Like you just literally, you never know what people are going through ever. Like, so we as a whole, human beings, in my opinion, most of us suck in different aspects, but like humanity is good. And if we just show grace and love and support to one another, like a lot of the stuff will probably dissolve. Like that's the hippie in me. Like go hug a tree and smoke something if you can. Like that's probably that coming out in me. But I like wholeheartedly believe that if you just show some love and support to everyone that you try to interact with, whether it's at work or at home, at jiu-jitsu, at the gym, at the grocery store, holding a door, like just trying to be a genuine human being, I think a lot of like humanity's problems would dissolve pretty quickly. You know, that's my opinion. Based on yesterday's video, and I have a note that I made yesterday before everything else happened from yesterday, I just also want to say, like, if you are struggling, I say this in every video, I pin the comment, like, I'm telling you, if you are struggling, please text me, call me if you have my number. I don't care the time. If I don't answer, it's because I'm at work or I'm hanging out with my kids and I didn't see it. Like, I'll get back to you. Like, I will get back to you. But don't make any crazy ass decisions based on like a temporary problem. You know, all of our hurt and sorrow and pain that we deal with, like, if you make that decision to end it all, you're only transferring that pain to somebody else. Like, it doesn't stop with you, you know. If you have kids or a wife or a family, obviously someone has someone, you know. Everyone has someone. And if you make a decision that you can't reverse, you're not ending the pain. Like, you're just going to transfer it and cause trauma for the next person. And it's just going to exasperate. Like, it's just, we can do better. Everyone can do better at just being like more genuine and not being a piece of shit. But I think we can all do better at just taking a breath, calling a friend, and talking things out. I feel like back in the day, there were more like community conversations because there was less screens in front of us. Honestly, that's what I think it was. But there was more community conversations. Like, Indians used to sit around fires, no phones, no laptops, no books, just tell stories, talk to each other, and hash shit out. I mean, every civilization before us, before technology, like, even obviously modern American citizens before screens, like dinner time used to be more of a place where you'd sit down and just, hey man, how was your day? How was your day, babe? How was your day? To your kids, like there was more of that, more communication and more like genuine conversation. I think we're missing that. Thankfully, I have a amazing friend circle. On Mondays, I go to a garage, train jiu-jitsu, and more times than not, there's like a good conversation. Like they're all good conversations, but like a meaningful, not dead space, fill in the void conversation, but like a meaningful conversation. If it's a younger dude that we're trying to mentor about life decisions or financial decisions or whatever, like that conversation's happening. Then you have the conversation of people talking about aliens and pyramids and stuff like that. Like thankfully I have a good circle that keeps my brain moving, and I don't feel weird or out of place to hit them up. Like I hit a few of them up before saying, hey man, I need some help with this, or need help with that. I need help with this project. Like thankfully I have a good circle that allows me that space. And I think based on what he said helped him with being his wife, his kids, and God, community is like the biggest thing. I think veterans who are struggling and veterans who are not struggling, that made it, that are successful and all that, the ones that aren't struggling. I think the biggest thing that so far from this project I've started, the biggest thing is community. So find one. If you found this page, you have one now, use it. Comment below if you have questions about something you're going through. Hey guys, how did you fix this? How did you solve this? What did you do? If you need anything, like message me, message some of the followers if you're mutual with them. Hit us up. I mean, if you found this community, welcome. Thanks for being here. But find one in real life, because this is still just through a screen, through a phone call. I'll still help you every way I can. But if you're up in Michigan, all I can really do is talk to you on the phone unless I come home on vacation. But so find a group of people and always strive to have that group like be the best version of itself. Not just you, but like, that whole mantra about your vibe attracts your tribe, and like the rotten apple will ruin the bunch, like don't be the rotten apple for one, but like try to make your group as good as it can. Like have everyone around you succeed and you'll succeed. And that isn't just monetarily or with a job. Like that's just with life. Like have a good circle and life will get better. That's a fact. There's no way around it. So again, this is episode 2 of the Anonymous Veteran from the page The Veteran Anonymous. If you have any story that you want to share with me, try to provide some insight, let me know. But episode 2, this guy, he said his wife helped him the most, setting an ultimatum, kicking his ass, not physically, but kicking his ass into gear, his kids, and God. The community that comes with all 3 of those, the love and the support that comes with all 3 of those. That's what helped him. Hit me up in the comments if you want to message me, you want to talk, if you want to provide a story so I can share it on the next episode. I'm going to try to do weekly episodes if I get enough stories. That's the goal. I would love to have too many stories to share, but I got a couple more that are on the pipeline, so I'm looking forward to it. If you're new here, like, follow, share, repost, whatever you got to do to get it out there. Get it to someone that needs it. And again, it's not just the success stories. It can be a story of somebody that is currently struggling and is looking for insight. And I will post about it. I'll explain the situation, and I'll post, and I'll try to get everyone to comment what they would do if they were in that situation, or if they have been in that situation, or if they're currently in that situation, trying to get through it. So, yeah. Love you guys. Move your body. Eat good food. Be happy. See you guys. I love you.